All right, we are back. Yes, once again, for the third time today, we are doing some messing around in Magic the Gathering. This time, in a few minutes, I'm going to be joined by Mantha 8225. So we're doing a little sound test before we actually start playing. Let's see if we can get it to work. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Her mic is muted, so we don't know if it's working yet or not. Alright, so while we wait, we're going to go ahead and it's been a minute since we've done some Brawl. Let's do a little Brawl action, shall we? Those of you who aren't familiar with Brawl,
Hello, it's just being stupid. I'm not able to use push to talk while Magic the Gathering arena is open. So, I'm gonna have to do it to voice sensitivity, but it's not letting me open Discord because it's updating. So,
alrighty.
fine.
Well,
It's
is working.
stupid.
We can hear you on stream, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm on my phone right now.
Alright. Once Magic, well, it should once Magic is open, so maybe because it's downloading or upgrading or who knows. You should be able to do both, in theory.
One can help.
2, 3, okay.
Go ahead and do your Brawl stuff.
So with the Brawl, if you're not familiar with it, there's Historic and Standard. I'm playing Standard right now, which means everything has to be legal, like a normal Standard deck would be. Maestro's Theater. Sacrifice it. So this is another good one for Mantha's 8225's Maestro's, landfall deck, because it summons another land. Because I have 2 swamps in my hand, I'm going to grab an island. Alright, didn't draw anything of use, so let's go ahead and do my other worldly gaze. And cool. I'm going to throw him in the graveyard because I'm going to switch these two. Because when I bring in my commander, I can put a creature from my graveyard on top of the library. And when I do that, the next turn, it will transform my commander. So, well, a few times, things are working in my favor. So that gives us all 3. We can then bring him in. Blink. Yes, I will put him on top of my deck. And assuming he doesn't kill my commander, which he might, I will then be transformed. Not bad. No blocks. She needs 4. Muriel. I am absolutely going to reveal because that will transform him. See? So now he is awesome. Question is, do I want to wait? Or do I want to bring him in as a worm? I'm going to bring him in as a worm. Because when I attack with him and my worm, Kraken Leviathan... Oh no, it wouldn't. Never mind. I was wrong. First mistake I've ever made. So we're going to save this Witness Protection because it's awesome against commanders. Next to combat, attack. So what my guy does, Krothus, Lord of the Deep, is when he attacks with somebody, I can make an extra copy of that person. If it's a Leviathan, Octopus, Kraken, or Serpent, I make 2 copies. Ooh, I do not want to sacrifice them yet, so no blocks. Now I'm willing to sacrifice him. Let's go next to combat. Both attack. Makes a copy of him. Chink. So now he can only block 1. And if he does, I will kill his valiant veteran. If he doesn't, I'll get 6 life back. So, win. Alright, now I can keep my scatter ray if I want. Counter a target artifact creature. Actually, I can do both. So cool. Doing this again. Good. We'll drop him back. I have 4, 5, 6. Good. End the turn, folks. End the turn. Waiting for him to bring out his big boy. I can counter somebody if he does something else weird. So we'll see what he's got planned. Jack Nippy. It's a bit nippy outside. Okay. Citizens arrest.
I am pretty sure that it's pronounced jackknife, but you know.
So he's opening himself up again, which is odd. I'm not sure why he's doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me 5. I'm going to, instead of bringing in my commander, I'm going to go ahead and do the cruelty of Gex. Leave it at 1. He has to show me, has to expose himself to me. I can get rid of one of these. Yeah, let's get rid of Lauren. Actually, no, I'm going to get rid of the Redeemer. Alright, they're both going to attack. He did not block, because he can't. Because he had attacked with his own people. Seed Pod Caretaker. So he's now down to 7. I used up all my mana, so I can't counter his boss. But I don't care about countering his boss. Because I have my witness protection. He still hasn't brought in his boss. I don't know what he's waiting for. Mirel is pretty solid, so I'm not sure why. Alright, so nothing else changes. I can bring in my boss. Search the library, put that card in my hand. Alright, this one is amazing, but it costs 7. Same thing right here. It's amazing, costs 7. She's decent, costs 4. I might do her. The Curse of the Leeches is pretty solid as well. I could take over his freak that he's got attacking me so much. I think I'm going to do the Leech. So that messes up my card draw, because I knew what it was before. I don't know what it is now. Alright, so do I bring in my boss? I think I'm going to bring in my boss. I get to put him back on top of my deck and do the same thing I did last time. This time I'm going to pass the turn and wait. Next turn I get to bring a creature from a graveyard, so that means his angel, which I just threw in there, I get to have it. Plus I'll have transformed boss man myself. There she is. Dun, dun, dun. I get to do witness protection. So witness protection means she becomes a white and green citizen creature with a base power and toughness of 1. Loses, and she becomes a legitimate business person. Loses all colors, types, creature types, names, card types, everything. It's awesome. So he screwed up my plan because he made me draw a card before I could reveal it. So that was rude. He is all tapped out. I'm not sure why he's doing this. Oh, there he goes. He's coming back. Well, I'm going to take a gamble. I think he's... Yeah. Alright, I'm going to decline to expose my card. Putting the angel back on there. Thank you. Now... let's go ahead and change his boss into that 1/1 green creature we were talking about. Target creature gets -4/-4. What does he do? He does untap a target creature. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kill his veteran. Proliferate. Yep, I don't have anything to proliferate. That's correct. And then I'm going to put in my Leech Curse. Alright, so just my boss is going to attack. And then he loses another life, so he's down to 2. So if I don't do anything, don't attack or do anything, he will die in 2 turns. I think he's desperately trying to draw cards so he can do something cool. He's got 7 mana, so he might very well may be able to. We will have to see. I'm all tapped out. Problem is, for him, just my angel alone can kill him. So I'm going to move my commander to the command zone, but he hasn't stopped the angel, so the angel can still kill him. Like that legitimate business person is attacking me. He is all tapped out, so I'm going to block. Actually, no, I'm not going to block. Cancel block. No blocks. I forgot. So, because if I blocked it, it would kill her and he could then cast her again. So, I'm not doing that. Alright, so I'm just going to go to combat. Kill him. There you go. Instead of playing games and casting more spells and being a jerk. Alright. Mantha, how are we looking?
Hello. It just finished downloading. And now I'm on the main page looking at a bunch of cards it's giving me.
Nice. Take your time. Bitter Triumph. So while she's looking at that, I'm going to, first of all, open up these packs here. Or pack. Don't forget to check your mail, because you probably have some mail that give you more packs. Ooh, a
Woo! Free stuff!
mythic rare. Let's just take a look. This is a reprint of an old school, except for the Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2. Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Interesting. Alright, so she had mentioned a landfall deck. I played against them, never really had one, so let's take a look and see. Finding landfall cards is easy, but there are other cards in there that do similar things that don't say landfall. So let's take a look. First of all, format, let's go with historic. Yeah, I don't even know what half of these new things mean anymore. Alright. We will start with the obvious. I'm going to go into my matrix here. And say cards collected and not collected. Landfall. Alright, so yeah, these are all ones I've seen before. I'm very familiar with those. Okay. I'm looking. Not too crazy. Not too crazy at all. Alright, let's see what these Omnath are. So there's two different omnaths. They both have landfall. Three different omnaths with landfall. And of course, Phylath, the world sculptor, is the big one that started the landfall love. People using him as their commander and stuff, so. That also may be an idea to use Omnath and make a landfall commander deck. There's some really good ideas here. Whenever land 2/2 elemental. So lots of token creation. And of course, the other one besides this guy is the Scoot Swarm. Good old Scoot Swarm. Quickly becomes insane. Food or treasure token, you get to choose. That's pretty cool.
Okay, well, now Discord's not even opening. So I'm gonna restart the computer. Surely
Okay.
that will help.
I was gonna say this dread worm isn't really worth getting, but it's common. I might get it. So this guy's Clave, Sade. Interesting. For 2, that's nice. Ah, yes, the old rune crab for mill decks. And Felidar Retreat is the other one that's way overused. Everybody sees it, uses it, because you get to choose. You get to put one on each creature you control, which is crazy. So put a +1/+1 on each creature you control. Morag is pretty awesome because he allows you to do double combats. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. And at the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. So I'm half tempted just to use everything, or most of them at least. And of course, Nisa. Nisa of the shadowed bow. I don't like the ones that do it for the end of the turn, so I'm probably not going to use those.
Okay, testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
So we will also want cards that boost tokens you make, the number of tokens and tokens you have get a plus if we're going to be doing the guys that make tokens. And there are a bunch of those as well. We also may want to throw Rainbow Bridge in there just for funsies. Strider from Lord of the Rings. This is a rare, uncommon, so that's not too bad. This is another uncommon. For 3, it's a 3/2. I'll do 1. This one has Trample, Scoot Swarm, of course. Can't have a landfall deck without Scoot Swarm or you get kicked off Magic.
I don't know if my landfall deck has good sword.
I'm going to presume I'm going to get cards that have add +1/+1. We'll see. There you go. Roaring Earth. Of course, a Lotus Cobra. Druid class is nice. Good thing about the Skyclave pickaxe is it only costs 1. And you automatically attach it to a creature. So I said I didn't want things to give me to the end of the turn. I'm going to make an exception with this one critter. Or one equipment. So 3, 4 for 4. That's fine. We'll get some of these. Right, we're already at 61 cards. Don't think I'm going to worry about these black, and I just won't have black. Do my Omnaths need black? Well, look at that. None of the Omnaths need black either, so I don't have to worry about black. Very cool, very cool. Ooh, my fancy Lotus Cobra. Might as well, just for fun, throw these guys in. This is tempting. All creatures you control get +1/+1. It is only until the end of the turn. And he costs 3. Oh, I'll just do 1. And if I find out that yes, he's awesome, we'll do that. Alright, so to do this, I will have to spend 1 common, 3 uncommon. Don't care about those. That's fine. 3 rare and 4 mythic rare to finish this deck. And we haven't finished yet either. So let's see, we got 76. Double check these, make sure we want this. Gain life and draw a card. So 3/3 for 5. And no, I think I'm going to take this one out. Keep those 2. This is 6. It's a good spell though. Whenever you cast creatures. Alright, Mathis, let me know when you're ready. I'm just putting around.
Oh yeah, I'm opening all the card packs. Because I got like, I think almost 50 card packs from
Nice.
my messages. And I'm like, man, I have not played this. It told me I haven't played since July 2022. So it's been a little while.
Wow. That's crazy. 1.5 years.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Come on. Why isn't it letting me change this? There it is. I'm going to call it my avalanche deck because it's landfall. Get it? Alright, let's see. Card sleeves. This one is sort of cool. Is there anything that screams landfall or avalanche? In my bunches of sleeves. I could just go totally off topic and do like a transformer one. I also have an X-Men Wolverine one. Godzilla. Mecha Godzilla. This one's not bad. It's like a Hedwig. Soren. Anime Soren or Chibi Soren. Good old D&D, old school D&D cover with a lithid ship in the top. Alright, so that's it. So let's go, I think I'll go with Hedwig. It has a cool little effect on it, so we'll go with that one. Alright, companion. I think I'll throw in like the elemental, because he changes. Do we want the Marasa or the more traditional rock? I think I'll go with this. This is more earthy. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know I had him. I must have got him somewheres. Somewheres I done got him. There we go. Go with Rock Boy, because he can change. And then, of course, my avatar. Don't know that anything says land. Maybe Elephant Boy? I have 2 elephants. I have Quintorius Kond and Quintorius Field Historian. Yeah, may as well. Alright, so that's done. We're going to need a lot more land, and we need cards that boost tokens. So this could be a little bit of a challenge to find. Especially if we don't spell token correctly. There we go.
That would make searching a little bit difficult.
Sadly, I don't have a way to filter out the ones that give me tokens. Yeah, so far all these have been create token. Yeah, the old Speaker of the Heavens. Good card. Good card. Here we go. Whenever a token enters the battlefield, you gain life. And it's common. Perfect. So we want for them. Whenever another non-token creature. Nope. Don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to try token. Nope, that won't work. Never mind. I'm just going to take the time now and do it right. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. There we go. And I already have 4 of them. Cool, so we don't have to make any of those. Alright, so this one says when the doll maker enters the battlefield, exile a permanent. But I can pay 2 tokens you control gain indestructible to the end of the turn, but I can activate it only once. So it's a rare card, not worth it. So this Pollen Shield Hare, Hare, creature tokens you control get +1/+1. It's a 2/2 for 2. It's a rare card. I don't have any. I don't think it's worth. I have so many cards right now. Don't think it's worth it. Rest in peace. The Horn of Valhalla. Alright, moving on. This is going to take a while.
I have finished opening like 50 packs of cards. And hey, one of those mentioned landfall. I don't remember which one, but one of them did.
Very nice.
In 50 packs. It's fine.
Is your landfall deck a historic or standard deck?
I don't know. How do I tell that?
Well, right now it'll have a big exclamation point on it saying because there's cards on it that are illegal in a year and a half.
There's a triangle on it.
Yes,
with
so
the number.
that means it's standard. So you should be able to switch the type to historic.
Is that a good thing? Should I do that?
Yeah. Otherwise, you won't be able to play it. And then
Okay.
by making it historic, you can then access older cards as well.
How do I do that then?
Alright, give me 30 seconds. I'm just skimming through these last 6 cards to see if any of them boost all of my tokens. They don't. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save this. Done. Would you like to save and exit anyway? Okay. It's an invalid deck. And that's fine. Alright, so if you want to change a... Let's see, Halo Fountain. So you double click it to open it. To edit it.
Okay.
And it should be here. Yeah. So then, where you see the name of it, and it tells you how many cards are in it, and the
Oh,
little,
and the details?
yeah, and the little graph. Double click that to open that, and it'll have the name, and right underneath the name it says the type. Just down click that, and you want to go to historic.
Okay.
While you're there, you can also pick your avatar and your sleeves and pet if you have any.
I don't. Okay. I've got apparently 2 different copies of this deck, so I chose one and turned it historic.
Okay.
And we'll see what's different about it. I don't know.
My avalanche deck, okay. And then the first thing you want to do, or you may want to do, is search for landfall. The keyword landfall, and then either click craft or go to your graph, search parameters, and choose not collected, so you can see which ones you don't have. What flavor, what color is it, that deck?
It's mostly green with red.
Okay. Do you have Scoot Swarm?
I'm pretty sure it's not in this deck. I mean, do you want me to stream and you can look at it?
Token. 1, 2. Shoot, I screwed up. There it is, not collected. Yeah, you can do that. That'll work.
Okay.
Looked at these already. This is next. Alright, so let me look in Discord live. Watch stream. Alright, I should be able to pop out. Here it is. Throw it over here. Click. Boom. Alright, so why is this full screen? Inbox full screen. Hide members. There we go. Okay, anyway, landfall. Those two, okay. So, do you know off the top of your head what kind of bank you have as far as cards and stuff? Wild cards?
Wait, say that again?
Do you know how many wild cards you have off the top of your head?
Probably a lot. I don't tend to use them all that much.
Okay. So, looking at Druid, look at Druid class. Druid class is really nice because one gives you a bunch of life the more you're doing. Two, it's only uncommon, so it's not too expensive. Three, it lets you cast additional lands on every turn. And if you're desperate, you can use those lands, one of them, as a creature when you want to get it up to level 3. So that's one you may want to look at.
Good to know.
Well, I talked about Morog already. He is a mythic rare. He's expensive. He's a 6 cost. He does give you he is a 6/6 though, and as you can see, each creature gets +1/+1. Each time you attack, and the reason that makes sense is because you can then, if you throw down 2 lands, you have 3 combats.
Oh.
Because whenever a land enters the battlefield, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. So it gets, you can
It can get insane.
pretty cool. I believe it does stack. If nothing else, you can do it in your main phase, combat phase, and then your post-combat phase. You can put down another land, so you can at least have 3. So, so that's something to think about. What else is there besides these? What we're seeing on the screen. Roaring Earth is okay. It really just depends on how much stuff you have. You've got that Nissa. She's decent. She also is mythic rare, so that's nice that you already have 2 of them.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I got that has landfall. Out of all the 50 packs that I opened, that's the one that I got.
Nice. So if you have an elemental, then it'll be nice, or another another elf or 2. She'll be worth it as well.
I don't think I have any elves in this pack.
But Scoot Swarm is right there. That is the end all be all. There's an elemental. Yep, Ashaya is an elemental. Ashaya is awesome.
That's another elemental.
There you go. Yep, Phylath is awesome. Another elemental. So yeah, so she would be good to add. Scoot Swarm is amazing in that whenever it costs 3. You then throw down land, it makes another one, and just makes a bug. But once you get 6 lands, it then starts making more copies of Scoot Swarm. So you
and
have
then when another land comes, you make more copies. And
2
more
copies of Scoot Swarm, and it very quickly is algebraic. So they can quickly get out of control if you have enough lands to do all that.
At that point, it just becomes a Scoot Swarm deck.
Yes, but there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also a good, like in this type of deck, it would be good to have because it draws. It's because it's so powerful. People want to kill it, so they'll use their kill spells and stuff on it instead of, and then you can then throw
Instead
down
of
your
thing
big
you actually want
elementals,
to live.
your big elementals and stuff. And if they don't kill it, then hey, you can Scoo Swarm them to death. So it's just something to think about. It is a rare, so it's going to cost you. So go ahead and let's just click on it and see. I don't know what. Oh, click on the craft first and then click on it. I want to trigger having it tell us. There we go. No, don't do anything. So you have 21 rare. That's not bad at all. That's actually really good. So go ahead and click up above that somewhere just to get out of that. And do the same thing with the mythic rare Nissa. 9 mythic rare. Okay, that's not bad. I don't think you really need any right now anyway, but it's good to know. And then do the same thing with a uncommon, which is a silver. Down there,
There we go.
45. Yeah, so you got plenty of uncommons, and then you should probably have about 80 or more commons. Cool. So you've got plenty to mess around, do what you want. So looking at what you have already, you may want to look. What is emergent sequence? I don't remember what that does.
It turns some of your lands into creatures.
And it lets you find another land, so that's nice. I'm actually going to add that to mine, so that's good. That's a good one to have. Skyclave Geopede is the centipede red thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So right now you're sitting on 61 cards. So you want to ask yourself, do you want to focus on what card count do you want? Obviously, the fewer cards you have, the more you're going to draw what you want. You have a couple, like Toski, he's cool, but he doesn't fit into the niche, landfall niche. He is good though. He's indestructible. He can, and he makes you draw cards, which is nice when you're trying to draw more lands and stuff. So that would probably be a good one to keep. I don't know what the one above and below it does though.
This one, I changed almost all of my lands in the deck into snowy lands. So when I have snowy lands, it makes this card super OP.
Yeah. Yep. So he's good. Vastwood Surge is armor? No. 2 land cards, put in battle tapped. Okay, on each creature you control. Alright, I was gonna say that's really expensive. And that would cost you 8. How many do you have of those? You have 3 of those. That's something you may want to consider just because it does let you put 2 lands in though. It's not bad. Just keep it in the back of your mind because it's tough. I would suggest you get rid of your Evolving Wilds and replace them with mine's from Blank Passage, something Fabled Passage. But check and see how much it costs first. It is rare. So it does the exact same thing as Evolving Wilds. The difference is if you have 4 lands already, the land doesn't come in tapped.
Huh.
So that's the only difference with Evolving Wilds. And the other difference is this is rare. Evolving Wilds is not. So it may not be worth it to you for rares. It is to me just because I use Fabled Passage in every deck I have. I never use Evolving Wilds, so I use them all the time. But I am a rare person. Very few people use Fabled Passage. I just don't understand why. I might be missing something. So
Maybe I'll mix that into the deck and see if I like it.
cool.
I'm sure that I will, but I have commitment.
So yeah, I would go ahead and add, if nothing else, the 2 Nisas you already have, because that means you don't have to craft them. So, and you already have them. Whether or not you want to add
So-
Q Swarm is up to you. Go to the next page. Primeval Bounty is okay, but it's mythic rare and it's very expensive. And by the time you're able to cast it, you've used up 60 of your lands. Are you going to keep casting spells? You have a lot of spells that have you draw lands and stuff, so maybe yes. But it's just something to keep in the back of your head. Maybe one day you want to add that.
Good to know.
Tokens. Your haste. Maja is okay, but you're going to be adding warriors, whereas everything else gives you other stuff. So it's up to you whether or not. The nice thing about her is that other creatures you get +1/+1. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. You don't have white, so that'll add a 3rd color, so don't worry about her. You do have Phylath, so you can add it, and you have a 2nd Phylath if you want to add your 2nd Phylath in there.
So what happens if your card count is over the 60 that it says up here?
Nothing happens, just have 63 cards. So if you're waiting for Phylath, instead of having a 1 in 60 chance, you have a 1 in 63 chance of drawing it.
Oh, okay.
So, and you can have up to 250 cards in your deck.
That's a lot.
It is. You have to go back to, click the button, the orange diamond above him. It won't let you click that second one?
Not
That's weird.
really.
Why does it show 2
Is
if
it because
you don't
it's
have 2?
legendary?
No, that doesn't matter. Nisa was legendary. That's weird. So click on the button that opens up his art, the 2 arrows. I'm gonna move the cursor. 1, 2, 3. Click on the last one, the 3D one. No, not there. Just on this card. No, that's weird. I've never seen that before. Where it says, in one sense, you have 2, but as soon as you close it, it only shows you. It won't let you bring in 2.
That's fun.
That's weird. Try clicking him over here on the right. Nope. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know that. That's confusing. Get both versions with each craft. Oh, one's an arena version, one's the other one. Maybe you have a... This cannot be played in standard or alchemy. Okay, that's probably why, because There's a version that you can't play in this deck. That's why.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's what it
That
is.
would make sense.
Alright, so click on the last page. More Omnath. You don't have blue and you don't have white, so it doesn't matter. Now,
Although I think the
go back one.
I think the other copy.
This guy.
This deck that I have has something cobras. What is it?
They're
Lotus,
Lotus Cobras.
That
Yes.
add mana of any color. So I might be able to try those in the other version of the deck.
You could. Lotus Cobras are good to have anyway, just because they give you more mana, and they're 1-drop. But go back one more to the Omnath. Nope, the other way. Yeah, it's right here. Lotus of nope, back where he is red and green. Or another elemental you control dies. So anytime any elemental you control dies, just 3 damaging target. Something to think about. He's 7 for 5/5. That makes 5/5 creatures every time you bring in more creatures to it. And he's the same colors you use, so I don't know. It's not world ending. It's cool though. So if you want to weed some of these out, I would get rid of the ones that say till the end of the turn. Like your Brushfire Elemental, your Akoum Hound. And now the pickaxe, like I said, is different because it only costs 1 and it automatically equips. So that's a great card. I would definitely keep him, even though it still says until the end of the turn. It's still worth it. But the other ones, if you're looking to things to get rid of, you can weed some of those out and keep on the ones that say forever.
Good to know. I think like most of my creature cards stay until end of turn.
Good thing about the Khazad-dûm Mammoth is that it can also be a land. So if you want to trigger landfall again, you can do it that way and ignore the Mammoth. Because right now you have enough, especially if you added your Lotus Cobras and some of your other ones in there. You would have enough without the ones that say till the end of turn. But it's really up to you. And if you want to play a couple turns of this to see how it plays out, and if that's what you want to do, we can do that too. And you can tweak it as we go. Exit full screen. I'm going to
stop streaming.
Minimize. Alright.
So, it's been a year and a half since I've last played, and even when I was playing, I wasn't particularly good at the game. So if you want to set up a game, I would be happy to play and try to remember how to play this game.
Alright. I'm just finishing up this.
Oh yeah. Every time we talk about magic, you're like, and make sure whenever you go in, you check the store. What part of the store am I
Yes.
supposed to check?
The daily deals. Here it is. So, Anointed Procession is the card I was looking for. It's one of the things I was. If an effect would create one or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. And there are like 3 cards in existence that do that.
Nice.
So let me search now that I know the verbiage it uses. It says 1 or more tokens. Let me put that in the search bar. 1 or more tokens. See if that helps. Not really. Alright, so let's see. Here's another one. Mondrak. Glory Dominus. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Here's another one. If 1 or more tokens will be created, 3 times that many of those tokens are created. And the piece de resistance. If 1 or more of tokens will be created under your control, that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead. So you get a couple of those out at the same time. It gets insane. I'm almost done. Are you looking at the store?
I'm in the store.
Okay.
I also remembered that to put in like all like the promo codes that are online that I haven't redeemed yet. So now I've got a bunch more packs.
Are they still doing that? What's the latest one you have?
There's it's from 2022.
Okay, because they've been. That's why I said check your mail, because they've been just giving you them now. So that's cool. All right, I was just making sure I wasn't missing it, because I haven't looked in a long time.
Nah, I stopped playing in what did I say, June 2022.
Sure.
So there's some stuff I didn't redeem.
And there's a squirrel that, if one or more tokens will be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel tokens are created. There's an elf champion. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Alright, I think I found all the ones I was looking for. One or more tokens will be created under control. Those tokens plus an additional food token are created. Creates, there we go, Parallel Lives is another one. Mythic Rare. Doubling Season. Doubling Season is the OG, the original. Creates twice that. Primal Vigor is a new one. Well, there was a green creature that does it too. What's his name? Alright, we're good. Alright, so I've got what I want. This is going to be expensive to do. I've got most of what I want, I should say. There are still some other cards I'm sure that I want, but I don't know. Creatures you control +1/+1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now I just want to add some lands. So I'm ready to go when you are. Let me know when you're done with your pack openings and stuff.
I'm ready. It was only 12
Okay.
packs,
So if I do it this way, it's going to cost me 5 common, 3 uncommon, 5 rare, and 8 mythic rare. If I do it this way. Done. Okay. Alright, so let's get to playing. Oops, I have the wrong... Oh, this is the wrong scene, that's why. Hold on a second. Alright, let's see if you can still be heard now that I changed it to the correct scene. Give me a second here.
Hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
I had to pull it up on Twitch. So let me go to...
Oh, I have Twitch open. I should just unmute. Hello, hello, hello.
Yep,
Yep, you can hear me.
you're still here. Hey, Zindu. Welcome, welcome. Didn't know you were lurking. Welcome, welcome, sir. I saw you finally got off Icarus. And have been playing other games. So...
That's crazy.
He did Icarus for a long time. I don't blame him though, because he had 20, 30 people viewing while he was playing them. So That's awesome. Alright, so we're going to do a little one-on-one. So you can see here, if we go down here to the bottom, there's a little figure. Then click on that person, and you can go over here to, you don't have to click it, you just go over here. Cross swords, a friend challenge. Challenge map, match, the type, tournament, limited tournament, historic, blah blah blah. Boy, they've changed this so much. I don't want any of these. I just want... Alright, so you're trying your landfall, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to try this historic tournament match. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but we'll give it a shot.
Worst case scenario, we hate it. We can just quit
Leave.
and do something else.
Alright, I'm going to go with my rats deck.
Ah, yes. That one's so much fun to play against.
I didn't have it last time we played, so this is a new deck. You may have seen me play it online, though. And yes, Zinlu, I did have a good holiday season. Thank you. Play. There it is. Didn't used to have all these details. You just used to have best of 3, best of 1. Go. Now it's doing all this other weirdness, so. Your opponent is choosing which will play first. Yep. Ooh, we're in the arena. Cool little background. Your opponent goes first, okay? Alright, I'm going to keep it. How is Mr. Zinlu and Miss Shy? You guys, I hope you all are doing well, and all the little fur babies. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. I think Coco Wink. Oh, okay. Stop messing around with Zinlu. Get your plan. Let's see. Start with this. Yeah, normally we would be playing a little bit of the D's and the other D's, but with holidays and other travels and family and stuff, just didn't have enough players tonight, so get to mess around a little bit with Magic.
You know, as somebody playing a landfall deck, I might have too many lands in my hand, which is a wild thing to say.
Interesting. We have clocks, which I've never seen before. You have 28 minutes and 20 seconds left. I have 28:48. Interesting. So toxic means I do poison tokens damage if I hit you personally, and it does. If you get 10 poison tokens, you die, regardless of your life total. But it does not poison your creatures. So if I block you, you will kill me. I will not kill you.
Figure I'll get rid of that before you have any tokens. Uh-oh. What's this?
Just a 2/2 with menace, which means you have to block him with 2 people. I don't have any vehicles, so the rest of it doesn't matter. I am not going to block because I will die. Bring in my cool purple swamp. Not blocking. Nice. Okay. Don't have a way to stop your bear yet. But he takes 2 to block, so he can't block there. Do you have the same arena background?
How am I supposed to tell?
The background of the screen, is it the crowd of people with the banners and
Yes.
cool. If you're clicking the crowd, they will yell.
Whoa!
If you cheer, so if you're feeling down, you can cheer yourself on.
That's so funny.
Alright, that'll bring me to 10. So I am going to allow it to happen. Oh, it hasn't asked me yet.
Oh, I didn't realize it hadn't asked you yet.
There you go. So let it happen. Alright, so now gain life. Same thing. He attacks. Choose a creature. I'm going to choose him. And then I can be deck and give him a +3 attack and -3 life.
Wait, what just happened?
I cast the spell Be Deck, which gives him a +3 to attack, but a -3 to his life. So he became an 8/0.
Man! Kinda rude.
Alright, so he gets +2/+2 when every time we landfall. I am going to block. I will pay 1. Ooh, he discarded a land. Ooh, scary. Alright, well, I'm going to bring in my
Dun.
Midnight Scavengers. And because they are scavengers in graveyards, I get to bring a creature back from my graveyard.
I'm sorry. I did not realize it was waiting on me.
Throw him in a swamp, throw him on the ground. So I am top decking. Alright, so I had both of those creatures, so it becomes other creature control get +1, gain menace to the end of the turn. They already had menace, but that's alright.
Rude.
So we were talking about number of cards. I have 103-ish cards in this deck. I happen to be really lucky in this point because I had both of these cards, the Midnight Scavengers and the Graft Rats, but a lot of times I'll have one, not the other. Also with 102 cards, it's very easy to get hosed with mana. Either too much or too little. Love the artwork and the style. It's just a good job in the arenas. Yes, and some of them are interactive, like this one. If you click close to the grandstands, it'll throw up confetti. And if you click the water things over here, the crowd will cheer. You can hear cheering in the background. There's water over here, so if you click it, it'll splash. Some of them will be able, you can turn off, on and off the candles, snuff them out and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Ooh, look at that fabled passage.
It's still not enough, but
Yeah, having this Pendragon besieged saved me. Otherwise, you would have crushed me. I did not have any way to stop any of your stuff.
yeah.
But this one enchantment is what won me the game. With 2 life.
2 life and negative 2 life.
So we have best 2 out of 3.
Well, we'll see how it does, I guess.
You get to choose again.
For a landfall deck, I should not be too upset by having too many lands, but I had to mulligan because my first thing was all lands.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just do be like that.
Oh, and speaking of lands, I don't know. I'll have to check because I have 1 or 2 of them in here too. There are lands. What you're using? Oh, it's a snow land though. Never mind. I'll do a little bit of research before I mention anything. There might be lands that give you life when they come in and are tapped. Let's see. I'm gonna do this mountain. It's a cool little art. It's barely a mountain. That's one thing I don't like about some of the artwork, and Zinlu was mentioning artwork, is they have a lot of really cool artwork for lands, but they don't match what they are. Like this is just barely a mountain. You can see a mountain in it, but it's really a city.
A city.
And there are lots of them that are like that. Some really nice art that really doesn't. And so I'm just weird that way. I don't use it if it's not what it says it is. But like this swamp, it's definitely a swamp. And it's purpley. Alright, so speaking of snow, let's go ahead and throw down a snow-covered mountain. Let's see what you can do against Lord Skitter, the Sewer King. Beginning of combat, he makes a rat every turn. They can't block,
Bruh.
but he makes a bunch of little rats. And Nisa. Nice. So you get to do it twice. So her second thing will trigger. He'll be able to pull a elemental. Which is nice. Hopefully you don't get another.
Which is nice.
Hopefully you don't get another Nissa.
Well,
Well, good news is you only have two. So if it happens again,
I can't get another.
you won't get any more. And if I kill her, at least you'll have you have a backup.
And you very much know that I do have that backup.
I am going to sacrifice him because your side cat doesn't need to get any bigger. I don't like it. No point in attacking, you're just gonna stop me. Oh, and it's a new one. The pets that you have, I know this is a creepy ghost guy, but he's my pet, are also interactive. So like I just clicked him and turned off his light. If we click him again, he disappears. And it comes back. So it's pretty cool. And the same thing happens if your opponent does the same thing. As they interact. Yeah, I'm also weird like that. I also like to match as much as I can my avatar, which is the thing down here, my sleeves, and my pet to the deck I'm using. So my dragon one is nothing but dragons. Make her get rid of 2 more cards. There you go, that stupid frostbite. Again, there's no point in attacking. It's got another side cat. I don't like it. Ah, there we go. Evolving Wilds gives her that double lands. She's now sitting on 6 lands, so she'll be able to cast that whichever elemental she gets pretty soon. You have an Inferno Dragon in this deck? You may want to consider taking him out, because you have 60 some cards and he doesn't fit anywhere close to your landfall, but that's just an idea, just something to think about. Ooh, she can do a Shia right now if she wants. And because Ashaya makes her creatures turn into lands as well, they count as entering the battlefield, so it triggers her Psycat. It's rude. Overpowered. Don't like it. It's time to bring in a painful quandary. Sadly, this thing has trample. Was not going to do me any good to block. And my fancy swamps. Sort of a stained glass look to it. So now she has to choose if she wants to discard a card or lose 5 life. Oh, that's right. I forgot your brush fire elementals. Forgot about them. And that's game. Well, I can make it squeak out to one more turn.
Do you want to though?
And almost kill her Nisa.
Not quite though, I was doing the math.
Old Flitterfang. Hey, I get to attack. Haha. Take that. May as well take the 5 damage. It doesn't do any. Of course, you do have Nisa. You don't need to hold on to her. So now she's just rubbing it in instead of just finishing me off.
Yeah, basically.
I can kill one of them. Alright, so 1-1.
1-1.
Ooh, I finally get to choose. I'm going to play. My cool stained glass. Woot woot. That's right. Awesome. Yeah, let me do the old there, it took me forever. It says sound alerts right here. Refresh. That's weird. Okay. Huh. Wonder why it's not alerting it to me. Anyway. Death touch. So that simply means even though he only does 1 damage, he only has 1 life. No matter what, how much life their creature has, if they attack and I block and do 1 point of damage to it, they will die.
No. Death touch is annoying to play against. I try to get rid of it as much as possible.
Little Red Riding Hood. She killed my rat, so it doesn't do me any good right now. Goal was to get at least 1 or 2 of them. That's right. Death touch is never good unless you're the one doing it. You're absolutely right, Zinnu.
It's true.
One of my favorite arts for Swamp. I like it a lot. Plan was to bring him out as a secret attack because he has ninjutsu, which if I have a creature attacking that isn't blocked, I can swap them out with this guy. But she killed him, so I couldn't do it.
Thankfully I killed him.
And I'll make it a mountain just because I already have 3 swamps.
That's cool art, though.
I agree. Both of them are pretty cool. You can just barely make out the dude jumping from post to post over the lava. Same thing with the on the black side with the swamp. Alright, didn't have enough mana to cast whatever it was that I got to look at. Let me see, it was... Oh, Evolving Wilds. It wouldn't let me cast Evolving Wilds. Boo. Oh, because I already played a land, that's why. Toski. So Toski's a 1/1. Immortalized him, yep. Toski's a 1/1, and has to attack, but he is indestructible, so a lot of things, not a lot of things can kill it.
So even if he's not landfall, he still works in a landfall deck, which is what I like about it.
Done by a Japanese artist, or I presume it's Japanese. It's some kind of kanji. Nisa is back. Yeah, you may want to switch them up. Always do a red and a green because your other elementals also use red and green.
What do you mean?
Nisa gave you 2 mana. Had you done a red and a green, you could have cast your Brushfire elemental.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. To
So
be
block
honest,
him.
I was kind of clicking through just because it's so much.
Yeah, so the timer's running out on you. Maybe I can just wait and delay until you get your timer goes out and I'll win.
Rude.
So just a word of advice, you may want to take your pet rat off your shoulder when you're baking. Just an idea.
What? Crazy. Or you may end up with more than one pet rat.
And Toski is also safe from Death Touch because you have to do damage to it for the Death Touch to trigger. Again, if you're wondering why her bringing creatures is triggering her landfall, because of Ashaya. Ashaya makes creatures into lands, so every time she brings in a land or a creature now, it'll trigger. Had you triggered your Fabled Passage and then attacked with everything, you would have won. Because your cats still do trample.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Hey man, first time playing in a year and a half. I'm rusty.
But because they don't go away at the end of the turn, as I mentioned, you may want to get rid of these guys. They're still strong. And if you don't have 4 of them in your deck, you should craft them because they're common. And they have trample, so, and another land. So I'm sitting on 3 lands. Alright, so it is yours.
Good game.
No. That last one was
Bad game. Okay.
Yeah, last one wasn't. First 2 were decent, because it was. The last one was just mana burned. Was not even a challenge. Yeah, so real quick, Zen, if you're still around, this is what I was talking about. I'll show you real quick. If my computer cooperates, collections. Takes a minute because I have a couple. Go to lands. Let's see where. Oh, here it is. Land. So we'll take a look at, like, say, mountains. So if you're looking at these mountains, now I do have these Lord of the Rings map mountains, because one, they're Lord of the Rings, and they're still mountains, the Misty Mountains right there. But this one's I have, but I don't use that much because, again, it's futuristic, but still I can accept that as a mountain. This is a planet, not really a mountain. I don't use it. This one, those are pyramids, people. Those are not mountains. There's a difference. This one is ruins, not a mountain. So, there are tons of examples, things like that, where, like this one, really cool art. I mean, that's an amazing picture. But it's not a mountain, so I will never use it. This thing here, it's an awesome cityscape from the top, and I mean, it's an amazing picture. Not a mountain. So,
Honestly, I feel that.
but I know I'm probably not in the majority there, but just my opinion. Same thing with the planes and stuff. I didn't know I had this one. That's a cool map, planes. Anyway, let's go back. Alright, so do you like the 2 out of 3, or do you prefer the one and done format?
I feel like the 2 out of 3 gives more of a like fair chance to like see
Okay.
how the decks stack up against each other, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just gonna keep playing the same deck over and over again because that's the way I am. But like, like there was one time where your deck was like kind of dominating and one where mine was, and I don't know, it feels like it let us see more of the decks. I don't know if that makes enough sense, but we're going with it.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to find what it was I just had, and I don't see it here. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Tournament match. Traditional standard cards. Yeah, I think this is what I had. I'm going to switch decks, though. Alright, I really don't have any wussy decks. Alright, you like cats, so I'll do my cat deck.
You have a cat deck?
I do. But it's a city. I don't even see any mountain in the background. Exactly. Right? Right? You see what I'm saying?
They're like, if something is tall, it must be a mountain.
Not even. Well, yeah, that doesn't even know. It's just a city. It's probably in the mountains, maybe, but we don't know that. Well, like I said, the art is really cool. It's just not. As my wife says, I'm too analytical. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
You back?
I can definitely get behind you on that one. Well, thank you, Zinno. At least I'm not. I still may be odd and unusual, but at least you can at least see my point. I don't know what's happening. Why is this not working?
I think you forgot to do it as the historical decks, because none of my decks are valid right now.
Oh, well then cancel. How did it let you play then? That's weird. Let's try it again.
It didn't let me play. I was stuck in the deck selection.
Okay,
Because apparently,
Oh.
even the decks, like the pre-built decks that that I got from the game, aren't legal. Which, you know,
right.
that's fine. I have 0 legal decks apparently.
Historic. There we go. Try this one. See if this works. Let me know. There we go. Select deck.
That'll work.
Alright, so this one I do have crappy decks. So my cat deck isn't even shown. For some reason, I have one card in my cat deck that isn't allowed in this format. Like I said, they've changed this thing. They've added so many different formats that I'm not really sure. We all are in our own ways, absolutely. By the way, SnowRunner, Zinlu, SnowRunner, is that... I just picture those big, like that logging game you had in a Russian forest. Is it similar? Are you like driving a semi or something across Alaskan pathways or something? Alright, so I'm going to do... I'll let you pick. I have Fs, which are my rainbow deck of elves, which is 250 cards. I have green Fs, which is like 150 just green elves. I have Gobs of Goblins, which is a rainbow deck of goblins. So which one of those three are you interested in playing against?
Let's go with Gobs of the Goblin.
Alright. So if I'm lucky, pretty much a sequel to Mudrunner. Yes. Ha! I was right. Cool. Yeah, I just happened to see I was doing something else, but I saw that it popped up on Steam, because you're a friend on Steam. And I saw you, Zinlu, is playing SnowRunner. I was like, ooh, I wonder what that is. I get to pick first. I'm going to play first.
Well,
And yes, I know it's not a goblin, it's an orc avatar, but I don't have a goblin avatar, so back off.
I've got 1.
I'm going to have to mulligan, sorry. There we go. That's better.
That's better.
I have Squee, the dubious monarch. Keep. Alright, which one do I want to get rid of? I don't want to get rid of any of them. Guess I'll get rid of my spring leaf drum. I like this card back too. My sleeve. Alright, so Zinlu says quite a bit more involved. I'm only on the first map, but there's been bad weather and stuff. It's torn up all over. Gotta haul bricks and planks and iron and all kinds of things, different areas to fix the infrastructure. Nice. Alright, we'll throw down here this cataracts, which allows me to throw down my sentinel. So this pet, Zinlu, you're talking about pets. This little guy, if you click on him, he picks up the lighted dynamite and it explodes. But sadly that's all he does. He doesn't have multiple things. Alright, throw out my spear spewer. So this one has that weird shield on it because protection from multicolored. So her cat is just green, so it won't help. But the elemental she has that's red and green, she can't hurt him.
You mean this elemental?
Yep. And I gain a life. Ooh, do I want to get more land? I don't need more mana right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw out my squee. He has haste. My spear chucker can throw spewer can deal 1 damage to each player. That's including me. So I don't want to do that yet. He is a defender, so that means he cannot attack. He can only block. But my squee, he whenever he attacks, he makes a goblin token, just like that. And after she kills him, I can bring him back if I do a bunch of stuff. Exile a bunch of cards from my graveyard, pay a bunch of mana, I can bring him back to life. Alright, so she's at 17, I'm at 15, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And my goblin mocks her whenever she takes damage. Alright, let's throw in a black since I have red already. This also gives me red and black. Bring in my golem, which is only 2/1, but it does give me mana if I pay 2. So, not really worth it. I'm not sure why he's in here. I think I misread it. So I'm probably going to throw him away next time I look at this deck. Alright, so she has her Hellhound. I'm going to attack with these two. Thing is, with this deck of goblins, if I don't win quickly, he's gonna crush me every time.
Yeah, let's go. Outside. Come. Come already.
'Cause I think my biggest one is a 4 or 5, maybe, if that. So Cleansing Wildfire, yeah, she loses a land, but she gets to replace it, and she gets to draw a card. So all of her landfall stuff happens. She gets to draw another card, so pretty decent. Oh, very nice. He overcame my multicolor thing because he can't be blocked by creatures of power 2 or less.
Yep.
So I need to do this. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do? I think I'm going to do this last one. So I get to choose 2. Okay, so let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will do this and this.
Good game.
GG. Good game. Everything is frozen. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you can see I have 201 cards in this deck.
So every game's a little different.
Where was that stupid prismatic thing? I'm gonna get rid of him.
You're like, wait a second, that's not a
Prismite.
goblin.
Well, I knew it wasn't a prismite, but I have several things that give me mana. Oh, it's an artifact too, that's why. Alright, anyway. So I have some synergy with artifacts, but again, having... Plus that also makes it now, I now have 200 cards. So instead of 201, I'm down to 200.
Yes, that raises your odds so much.
Like I said, I have some synergy with artifacts, so I have some things that work off artifacts, but again, I have too many cards to really make it matter. I'm clicking done, and it's still not doing anything, so...
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Nice, my good old secluded courtyard. It's funny, this card is a mentor, which means whenever I attack, I get to add a +1 to any creature that has a lesser power than him. But his power is 1.
Got a 1/1.
So that means I have to boost him first. Now he has an inbuilt boosting power, but one of the reasons I have so many artifacts too, so I can boost this dude and others like. All right. Bring my planes. Again, a nice pretty one. Alright, we'll give him a shield. Doesn't do him any good right now, because it's based on the other creatures I have, but as soon as I get other creatures, it'll count for something. So my bone saw doesn't cost anything to play, but I can equip it. And when I attack, I now get +1/+1 because of my shield. By the way, the Snarl that I'm using, well, it's a rare card again. Never mind, not worth it. But Snarls are cool. They're 2 colors, and if you have the basic land in your hand, you can expose it, and it doesn't come in tapped. But either way, you get to cast either color, so it's pretty cool. Alright, next combat. Alright, now I can switch this. And that'll end the turn. And that's game.
GG.
Sorry about that. Forgot to turn it back on. Yeah, I was saying that Parker. I was hoping he would make it through Christmas, which he did, but he's not long for the world. So we'll see. Ozolith. So the Ozolith works. If I ever put +1/+1 creatures tokens on creatures and they die, they go on to this, and then I can put them on other creatures. It's basically what that wall of text says. No blocks. I need more lands, folks. It's not giving me any more lands. But I can start throwing these things on him, so let's equip this to him.
I have the opposite problem.
I like my little guy. He laughs at every time I heard her. Alright, well, I can do this, or I can do him. I'm gonna do him.
I wonder what the most prevalent creature type in your library could be. Certainly not goblins.
I have gobs of them. didn't have the mana to do anything with it, but this guy is really cool because what he does is he gives you an artifact, and then every turn at the start of your turn, it does 1 damage to you every time he hits you. So they add up if he doesn't get killed or blocked. So it's pretty nice. And I had a kill spell, but I couldn't cast it because I didn't have the gold, the mana for it, so. He can attack, yep. He just has 0. Alright. Well, it is 10 o'clock, folks. I am heading out.
Woo. It was nice playing with you. I have not played Magic in a long time, so.
So, having watched you play, I still stand by what I said. Looking at my landfall deck that I'm in the process of building, if it was me, which it's clearly not, I would get rid of an end of the turn cards, because you can see, at least I've been able to see, the difference between like the elemental and a dog, which can get really powerful, yes, but then it goes away. Whereas your Psycat, it gets buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed, and it's just insane. So if you didn't have the other elementals in there, you would be getting more of these cats and the big elementals and stuff, that Nisas and things that boost your other stuff. So just something to think about. Scoot Swarm is always fun.
I think one of the things that I really liked about the Hellhound and the other one that's just 1 red and 1 green is that they're so cheap that I can play them first, second turn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that I like about that.
Oh, you also didn't put the snakes in, so you may want to do that too, to give you more mana if you need it. Alright, I'm just going to bite the bullet, finish this deck. There we go.
Ooh, redeeming 21 wild cards.
Alright, so are you still around? Yeah, you are. So let's do, I said I was going to quit, but I'm lying. I'm curious to see what this does. It could be a train wreck. Actually, I'm going to add a couple more lands to it. Where'd it go? Avalanche. Let me add some lands, and then I want to try it to see how it works. I need lands. There you go. Okay, why is this here? That's weird. Oh, it's snow covered, that's why. Okay. Oh yeah, the thriving lands are nice because you get to pick, they do 1 land, like this is, they always are a land of 1 color, but then you also get to pick a second color that they are. So they're cool. Snow colored island. That's right. I just grabbed those. Snow covered swamp. It's barely a swamp, but it is a swamp. Going back to our conversation we had before. Do I have black? Oh, this deck doesn't have black. I forgot. I don't need swamps. Minus. Alright, so I'm just jumping ahead to my multicolored lands. I'm going to throw some of those in. I also have several that are two-sided, so you pick which one you want when they come in, depending on what you need, what you've drawn so far. Those are fun. Like this one, except I don't need swamps, so I don't need you. Here we go. Add a couple of these. One of these. A snarl. I like the snarls. Let me search for snarls. Here we go. Boink. I don't need a white one actually. Boink. Boink. There we go. Click. Click. Alright, close enough. I'll worry about the rest later. Apply styles. Thank you. Save and exit. You have 62 cards in yours?
I just added a few.
Okay.
Like the cobras and something else. So I'm at 67 right now.
Okay. Alright, so what we just did was tournament. Historic tournament. Okay. Just one more. 2 weeks later. Just one more. Exactly. I just want to try this new
It
deck.
does go like that.
I do have to be up in a few hours, but alright, switch to choose deck. My new Avalanche.
Landfall versus landfall.
Well, mine is landfall / token. So
you're making things.
play first. Alright. Well, I cannot remember the last time this happened. I have no lands at all in my landfall deck.
Ooh.
None in my opening hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay.
That sounds like a smart idea.
Alright, so I will get rid of this 6 cost dude. Actually, no, I'm going to get rid of this useless one here. Alright. So I have 115 cards in my deck.
That's a lot. I've got 66.
But I like my Territorial Psychath art. If I ever get 3 lands, you'll be able to see it.
Woo. Well, you probably will.
I also have Chatterfang, my squirrel general. Oh, cool! You get to see my cool snow-covered forest Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty.
And here's my territorial scythe cat. Same card you have, but different art. It's got these big blades coming up from its claws. And it's nice because the Lotus doesn't tap when that happens. Just gives you mana.
Yeah, you're right.
Decisions. I have 3 different things I can do. I think I'm going to do my Felidar Retreat first. Ooh, yes, pretty forest. Yes, I know. I liked it too. It'd be pretty, and it's snow-covered forest. So with this Felidar Retreat, it allows me to choose. I can either make another white beast cat token, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. So it's very nice. So she can kill my guy with 2 of her creatures. She probably doesn't want to, but I'm not willing to take that chance, so I'm not going to attack. Plus, the longer I leave him sitting there, hopefully, the stronger he'll get. But, as you can see, I don't have any more lands, so I definitely need to add more lands to this. So you can see the advantage she has by being more focused. And the best cards. Yay, I got a land. Alright, so
Congrats on getting a land in your landfall deck.
I'm going to throw down my Squirrel General. Now what he does is whenever I make a token, I make that token and a squirrel token. And because she has forests, he can't be blocked by any of her creatures. Because he has Forest Walk.
Oh shit. That's neat.
Now that I throw down a forest, I'm going to throw down a white beast creature token, which means I then get a squirrel. So that sounds all cool and all, but I still have a bunch of little piece of crap creatures while she's got this monstrous army building, so we'll see how this plays out. I do like my cat beasts. They're like lions with horns. Yeah, see, that's another thing I should add to this deck is some cards that let me search for other lands, which I don't have any of those. That's called Astral Search. Because there are a lot of them. Some of them are really cheap. Alright, and that's game, so I didn't have any other lands to build up any of my stuff. Yeah, so her, like I said, her
GG.
deck is very, very fast because she's much more focused than I am. Yeah, it won't let me do anything else to my stuff right now, so we will just get crushed again and then tweak it. Nice, I'll take it.
I'm seeing a lot of cards that I haven't gotten yet, so this is nice.
So with this guy, as in with this pet, he's like a rock elemental. If you click his head, it spins and he catches it because it kind of goes flying. And then if you click his leg, and his arm falls off, if you click his arm, and then he has to sort of grunt, pull it back on.
I just added the nectar pot to my deck, so we're gonna see if I like it. I think I probably will.
Gain life, it's always nice. Cool elemental animations. Yeah, I like him. You can just bump him on his chest too. And he explodes. And he'll also laugh every time she takes damage. He goes, woo, 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 woo. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's go with this guy. Don't care about that. I will do this. Roiling Regrowth, another good one. So you're already up to 26 life. One, two, three, four, 5. I think I'm going to do this one first.
Oh, hey, samesies.
And this lets me do two of them. For both of these, pretty cool. The artifact soldiers and the human warrior. These guys are actually pets you can have on the side. I have a black one and this brown one.
Oh, hey, same.
Yeah, I've hit you twice for 8 damage. You still I have 26. So that Kudzu's been doing good. Kozandu. the first time her ability funding acts.
Wow.
Day late and dollar short.
Ooh, I saw that one and I considered adding it.
So if I can just get one or two more of those cards that boost all my tokens, I'll be in better shape. 3,
To be honest, I think not being as aggressive as I could have been, like earlier in the game, is really screwing me over. I think you're probably gonna win this one. Funny, in all the games we've played tonight, I've had the Skyclave pickaxe in my deck, and it has not come up once.
reason I attacked is because I can't afford for you to have your Psycaths or snow person to come out. So I have to do some damage to you. And you're getting so much land because of your Ashkaya, getting so much life that you could have easily just let all that go through without batting an eye.
Yeah. I definitely could have.
Yeah, and now I get this. And it's just too late in the game to make a difference. Yeah, I haven't finished building this deck, so I don't have any really cool spells yet. Kill spells or board wipes or anything. I don't know, I sort of like your Lotus Cobra art better.
I think it's the base one, isn't it?
Yours? Yes.
Yeah.
After all my talk about Fabled Passage, I didn't put it in index.
Dang.
And now I don't have these double lands like you're getting all the time. Because I forget. There's your Skyaxe. How did you put the +3 on him? I wasn't paying attention.
It's from the Primeval Bounty.
Okay. Yep.
When
cast
you cast a non-creature spell.
Okay. Cool. Yep, you just sit there and weed away my tokens.
GG.
It was okay. You did a good job, as usual.
Did I? I felt like I was behind the whole game, to be honest.
You
I
know
felt
I
like
could win, so you know. Oh, that was it. Okay,
Really?
that's right. You won 2 in a row.
Uh,
So let me make these tweaks while I'm thinking about it, and then, so folks, you can see I didn't have any response. I don't have any thing that can kill anything or way to draw more lands. I don't need mana, so it's different than having mana sources. So like that Skyclave artifact I have is cool, but I don't really need it because I don't. This thing, Skyclave Relic, because those tokens don't count as tokens like I thought they would. So I'll get rid of him. Same thing with the replicating ring. Get rid of him, and then we're gonna add some.
Roiling Regrowth is pretty good, and I like Cleansing Wildfire, but I don't know. What color is your landfall deck?
Everything but black.
Okay. Yeah, Cleansing Wildfire, you destroy a land, and then its controller can search for a land card and put it on the battlefield tapped, shuffle, and draw a card. Which, like, seems like it's not doing anything, but in a landfall, I mean, you're
You also draw a
basically
card.
drawing a card for free.
Yes. And you're correct, I agree. It's a good card. I'm going to put in some of these because it can be a land if I need it to. And then I thought it was Roiling Regrowth. Isn't that the one that you have?
Yep. Roiling Regrowth.
That's weird. It's not
ROILING.
showing up. Do I not have any? Wow, I don't own
Apparently
any.
not.
Alright. Turn off craft, please. Thank you.
I've like
Alright,
Primeval
so
Bounty a lot.
here we go. Many pairings. 1 green, search your basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle, and make a food token, which is nice. I can do that for 2. Cultivate lets me do 2, and I put 1 down 1 immediately.
Oh, something else that does a similar effect to cleansing wildfire is Dire Strain Rampage. If you target one of your own lands, you can add 2 basic land cards to your. You can play them. You can play 2 basic land cards tapped by destroying one of yours. So you don't get to draw the card, but it still adds 2 lands.
Oh, nice. Death Sprout. Well, I don't have any black. Dadgummit. Oh, well, I can't do that then. Death Sprout kills a creature, and I get to find a land as well. But it takes black. Oh, so does Nisa. Why do I have Nisa? That's stupid. Okay. Now it doesn't have black. Glad I didn't pull her out, because I would have been annoyed, because I didn't have any black. Alright.
Well, you did have a Cobra.
Yeah. True.
But it
Of course,
is.
I forgot the Beanstalk Giant. Is he common? He's rare, okay. You may want to look at the Beanstalk Giant. It does 2 things. It's an adventure card, which I don't know how familiar you are with those, but basically,
Not really.
you can cast. Are you looking at the stream?
I can.
So, if you just cast the Beanstalk Giant for 7, then you're done, and you have a creature that's power and toughness or equal to the number of lands you control. But if you cast the Adventure first, which is on the bottom left, Fertile Footsteps for 3, you search your library for a basic land, put it onto battlefield, and shuffle. Then you can cast the Beanstalk Giant as well later. So it just sits there. It's not considered in your hand anymore, so it can't be discarded or screwed with. It just sits there floating until you have 7, and then you can cast it.
Huh.
And the cool thing about him is it's only 1 green, so if you had all 6 red and 1 green, you could still cast him. Stuff like that. So, and he's
I might add him.
equal to. He's only uncommon, so he's not rare or anything. And his power and toughness equals to number of lands, like your big dude is.
Yeah, Phylath. Wait, not Phylath. It's, Ashaya.
Invasion. Nope, that's a treasure.
To be honest, I think I might be a little bit disappointed that Phylath didn't come out at all tonight because it's a fun card. It's fun just like every time you like put down a land and that gets +4 and that gets +4 and it's neat.
Alright, I'm just skimming through these, trying to grab any of the other ones. I don't know if I want Spirit. I'm not going to get the Spirit over the Elder Guard. Just because, discover 2 basic land cards shuffled. Throw him on there. Because I'm not going to use mostly snowlands, so.
Yeah, that most of my lands are snowlands because I have the Spirit of the Elder Guard. It just, it works out really well for the way I play it, I guess, because, you know, just putting out lands, which is what I'm trying to do in this one, means that whenever I do play the Spirit of the Elder Guard, they're strong as fuck.
Put a couple of him in. I think I'm good with that. Here we go. So I have more fabled passages. There we go. Field of Ruins. Let's put a demolition field. All these theaters. There we go. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Gonna have a crap ton of cards, but it's worth it. Alright, what is this? Side out. Ecologist Terrarium. That works. An ominous parcel. Nope, not worth it. Okay, so that's done. So these other cards let you search for a particular, like plains, forest, lands 3, but you also gain a life. So it's the
Wait,
double
which ones?
lands and you're gaining life. Because it's a land when you put it in. And they are also common. You use mountain, so Riveteer's Overlook is one of them that does mountain and forest. And that's common. Nope. Nope. And then the other one is Cabaretti Courtyard. Again, it's common. What it does is it's a land, so it comes in, and then you search for your library for mountain, forest, or plains. Put that onto the battlefield, and you gain a life. So it's just like Evolving Wilds, except you're gaining a life.
Good to know.
another reason I don't use my Evolving Wilds, because these are so much better. Alright, so that puts me up a bunch. Last I need are, let me cross these off. Alright, so at some point I'm going to add some kill spells. But for now, at least I have a much better deck. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, well hopefully this has... Oh, save changes, please. I don't want to do all that again. Hopefully this has re-sparked your interest in Magic. And like, those of you still with us, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You can come check the U's and the Tubes. Just search for Spencer77. I have 79 other streams of messing around with Magic the Gathering. I also do D&D, Starfinder, prep for Fantasy Grounds for both of those. A couple of games here and there. So look on the U's and the Tubes, follow, and what? Dare I type the full word for schedule?
Yeah, because
Oh,
the
up top,
command
schedule.
is sched and not schedule.
Gotcha. Awesome. Zinlu, thank you for hanging out with us for this trip, lurking in the background. I appreciate you and your interaction. I always do. I'll see you on your streams as well. Weekend's coming up, so hopefully you're not working too much and we'll be able to catch you doing a little bit of SnowRunner, or I saw you actually had pulled out some of that I'm a mind control blank, the one where you're building all these different engines that you have built up on the Satisfactory. I saw you had dusted off Satisfactory for a little bit. I saw that you, Satisfactory, yep. I saw that you dusted that off. I don't know how long you played it for, because you were playing other things next time I saw you, but I remember some of the cool trains and stuff that you've built in Satisfactory. It's amazing. So check out Zinlu. I can't think of any game that he plays that I would play myself, but I like watching him play these games because his voice is amazing and he interacts with his streamers. Tells you what's going on and what's happening. He always answers questions for you if you have them. So he's a lot of fun to watch. Check him out. I finally got my plan for the aluminum plant. Nice. Very cool. I even saw you did some of that sea dwelling, the sea one too, didn't you? Or was that just a fever dream? I thought you had gotten into that again too. Subnautica, yep. I thought you had gone into that for a little bit in the last couple weeks. Yeah, you did Icarus for so long that I was like, wow, my mods have all been updated to work with the latest patch. Yay!
Are you playing
Excellent.
Subnautica or Below Zero?
No, Subnautica.
Well, Below
he plays-
Zero is like the second Subnautica, like number 2.
Oh, I don't know. I just remember it says Subnautica when it says Zinlu is playing Subnautica.
Ah.
So,
Oh.
because he's my friend on Steam. Anyway,
Gotcha.
I love them both. Running through Subnautica at the moment. Okay, cool. So he doesn't know what you're talking about, even though I don't. We'll run through it first, then Below Zero. Okay, cool. All right, Zinlu. Well, again, guys, follow Zinlu. Follow me. Like, subscribe, whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night. Say good night, Mantha.
Good night, Mantha.